pointers. So let us see the idea behind the pointers. Now, an individual variable, whenever you want to access with an address, so you are saying the compiler address of A. So compiler is taking the pain in identifying the exact address where you require, and it is going to that specific location and extracting the value, or it is storing the value in that location. Now the concept behind pointers is, if I am giving the address directly, then we can access the value very fastly. So let us see the definition first for a pointer. A pointer is a variable which stores address of another variable. So pointer reduces the length and complexity of the program. They increase execution speed. A pointer enables us to access a variable that is defined outside the function. Pointers are more efficient in handling the data tables. The use of pointer array of character strings result in saving of data storage space in the memory. So the definition here, I hope it is very clear. A pointer is a variable which stores address of another variable. Since a pointer is also a variable, its value is also stored in the memory in another location. The syntax for this is data type followed by star, which we call it as dereference operator, followed by pointer variable, followed by semicolon. So this is how we are going to initialize a pointer variable. Let us see one example. Int space star ptr. Next, int a equal to 10. Here ptr is equal to address of A. So this particular statement, ptr is equal to address of A, is the definition of the pointer. So a pointer is a variable which is storing the address of another variable. Imagine address of A is 100 and the value stored is 10. Imagine address of pointer is 1000 and the value stored in pointer is 100. That is address of A. So in order to access the value, we need to use dereference operator, that is star. That is, we need to write it as star ptr. Will give the value stored at location 100, that is 10. So this is how we can define and access the values of a pointer variable. Pointer compatibility. And character pointer stores character variable address. Example, char A, char star ptr. Ptr is equal to address of A. An integer pointer stores integer variable address. Example is int num, int star ptr, ptr is equal to address of num. A float pointer stores float variables address. Example, float A, float star ptr, ptr is equal to address of A. And double pointer stores double variables address. That is example, double num, double star ptr, ptr is equal to address of num. So this is called pointer compatibility. Void pointer or generic pointer. This pointer can store address of any data type variables. Syntax, void star ptr name, void star pointer name, put a semicolon. Example, char ch, int a, float b, double d. So void star ptr is a generic or a void pointer which can store the address of any of these variables. It may be A, it may be CH, it may be B, it may be D, or any variable's address it can easily store. This is what we call it as void pointer or generic pointer.
Let us see one example program.
Pointers. The next problem statement is to initialize a pointer variable and access the address of it. To initialize a pointer variable and access the address of it. So we all know that a pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. A pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. Now int a is a variable. Int a is a normal variable, and int star ptr is a pointer variable. Int a is a normal variable. Int star ptr is a pointer variable. Int a is a normal variable. Int star ptr is a pointer variable. Printf, enter the value of a. Enter the value of a. Scanf, I am reading the value of a. %d, address of a. Now within a I have read some value. Now here ptr is equal to address of a. So this is the definition and this is the statement how we need to store the address in the pointer variable. So this is nothing but a pointer is a variable which stores address of another variable. A pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. Now here, in order to access the value as well as in order to access the address of that particular variable, now let us try to understand. Printf, the address of a equal to, first let me give the address of a equal to /t, the value at a equal to, now the first one is address of a and the next one is value of a. Similarly, I want to show you what is the value which is stored at ptr and the address of ptr. Next, the value at ptr. So here address of ptr is ptr and the value stored at ptr. So what is the exact value which is stored at ptr, that we need to give it with ptr, right? Now in order to access the value of a, the value of a is accessed using pointer variable is, so %d, and here in order to access the value we need to take star ptr. In order to access the value we need to use star ptr. So this is how we can access the address as well as the variables whatever they are stored at the pointer location. Now let me execute this code and show you how we can identify the address and all. Let me execute the program and check whether I am going to access the value and as well as understand how to access the value with the help of pointer variable. Now enter the value of a. I am giving the value of a as 10, and as soon as I enter, so you can see here the address of a. So a is a variable which is created with some memory location and the address of a is this one. Let me take the last 3 digits for our easier understanding. 108 is the memory location of a. Now the value at a is 10. This is directly I am accessing individual variable. Now the next statement is the address of ptr. So ptr is also a variable, right? So ptr is a pointer type of a variable. So how we are differentiating? Because it is prefixed with star, such kind of variables we call it as pointer variables. Now the address of ptr equal to %u. So here I am accessing the address of ptr variable which is 112. So why it is 112 is, as we had took the integer variable, so the difference is 4 bytes. It will be added with 4 bytes. 108 plus 4 will be 112 and the value at ptr. So with this particular statement we are storing the address of a in the pointer variable. That is the reason why we got ptr is equal to the 108. So you can see these two numbers which are same, that is address of a is stored in PTR. Now there is only a reference which is stored in PTR. In order to access the value present at this particular memory location, we need to use star PTR. Star PTR. The value of A accessed using pointer variable is star PTR. Then I got the value of A, which is our original value. This is for the reference which I have printed the value of A directly. So the value of A is accessed using pointer variable is 10. So this is how we can access the address as well as the memory location where your actual value is stored with the help of star PTR. Now let me execute with another test case. So your memory locations will be accessed at runtime. Now I am giving the value of A as 20. So you can check 444 is the address of A, and this 444 address of A is stored in the pointer variable, and the value accessed is 20. So the value we got is 20. This is 448 because it is 4 bytes. Integer is taking 4 bytes, 448. So this is how we can understand how to initialize a pointer variable and access the address of it, and we can also access the value stored at that particular memory location.